Hey guys, and today I'll be covering how businesses are using eSIMs to reduce global roaming costs and what that actually looks like when you have a team traveling across different countries. On paper, this can seem pretty simple, but once you've got multiple people in different locations, all using their phones throughout the day, it becomes much harder to manage. It's not just the cost, it's the lack of visibility. And in most cases, businesses don't really notice the issue until everything is already done and you're looking back at the total cost. So in this video, I'll walk through how eSIMs change that, what the setup looks like for teams, and how something like Saily fits into this if you're looking for a more controlled approach. Alright, so a business eSIM is really designed for anyone managing a team that travels regularly, whether that's for meetings, events, or remote work across different regions. Because in most cases, the person making the decision isn't the one using the data day to day. They're the ones responsible for making sure everything works while also keeping costs predictable and avoiding surprises. And that's where visibility and control start to matter a lot more than just the price alone. But the main issue with traditional roaming isn't the cost itself, it's how unpredictable becomes once multiple people are involved, because employees aren't thinking about data usage while they're traveling. They're just using their phones normally, whether that's for emails, maps, messaging, or calls throughout the day. And when you have a team of people using data across different countries, it becomes very difficult to track it in real time. So instead of managing usage as it happens, most businesses end up reacting to the total cost after everything is already done. Before getting into the business dashboard itself, I should mention that Saily has actually worked really well for me every time I've used it while traveling. When I first started using it, they only had coverage in about 150 countries, and since then they've expanded quite a bit, and now it works in over 200 destinations worldwide. So it's something I've used on multiple trips over the years, and it's been pretty consistent each time. And what their newer business dashboard essentially does is take that same concept and extend it to the teams, allowing companies to manage connectivity for multiple employees from a single platform. Now, the way Saily Business works is actually pretty straightforward. Inside the business dashboard, you can add team members and assign data plans based on each employee's destination. For example, you can add someone to your organization, select a destination plan, and assign that plan directly to their account. After that, everything works automatically in the background. When they arrive at their destination, the phone connects to a supported local network, so they have mobile data right away, without needing to swap SIM cards or visit a carrier store. And if for whatever reason you have questions during the setup process, they also have a 24/7 live chat support. I've actually used it before for a quick question, and they responded almost immediately. And what's nice is that you can monitor usage, add more data if needed, and manage everything from that same dashboard, which makes it much easier to stay on top of costs as your team travels. And hey, if you're thinking about trying Saily out for your team, you can use my code GVUTech at checkout to get an extra discount off your plan. That being said, when it comes to pricing, the way Saily Business works is a little different from a traditional phone plan. Instead of paying for one monthly plan for every employee, companies simply purchase data plans and assign them to team members depending on where they're traveling to. There are country plans, regional plans, and global plans, so you can choose the option that best fits the trip. For many destinations, smaller plans start at $4 to $6 for about 1 gigabyte for 7 days, which can be enough for things like maps, messaging, and emails while traveling. If someone needs more data, there are larger plans available that typically range anywhere from around $10 up to roughly $35 or more, depending on the destination and the amount of data. And because everything is managed through the dashboard, you can simply assign the right plan to each employee based on where they're going and how long they'll be traveling for. So instead of putting everyone on the same mobile plan, you're only paying for the data that each trip actually requires. Another area worth mentioning is security and privacy. This is especially important since employees often connecting from airports, hotels, co-working spaces, or cafes, where network security isn't always guaranteed. Saily is built by Nord Security, the same company behind NordVPN, and they've included several built-in protections to help make those connections safer. For example, the service includes web protection that can block malicious websites and known trackers before they load. That can be really useful when employees are working online in unfamiliar networks. There's also built-in ad and tracker blocking. While that might sound like a small detail, it can actually reduce unnecessary data usage, since many ads and tracking scripts run in the background. Another feature they include is something called virtual location, which allows users to connect through different regions if they need access to services that are restricted to certain locations while traveling. So while the main purpose of Saily is to keep your team connected internationally, it also adds an extra layer of protection while employees are online. So ultimately, Saily Business is designed to make international connectivity much easier to manage for companies with traveling teams. The dashboard allows businesses to assign plans, monitor usage, and manage mobile data across multiple employees from one place. And because the activation process is so simple, employees can get connected almost immediately when they arrive. Coverage has expanded quite a bit as well, now supporting over 200 destinations worldwide, which means most common business travel locations are already covered. And with flexible plans, usage monitoring, and built-in security protections, it gives companies a simple way to keep employees connected while they're working abroad. Again, if Saily sounds like it might be a good fit for your team, you can check out the link in the description or use my code GVUTech at checkout to get an extra discount. Also, if you're interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, just reach out using the email in the description down below. And of course, if you have any questions about Saily or business eSIM plans in general, feel free to leave them down in the comments below, as I always enjoy getting to answer as many of those as I can. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you the next one. Have a great day.